That's my camera. In 2 seconds. I've got it plugged into the long. Why is the camera not working? Why is it unavailable? Why is... just give me a sec. Camera not. Okay, well, it seems that my camera isn't working. I'm not too sure why, but it looks like we're gonna have to make a podcast without a camera. Just by the looks of things. It's not like turning on at all. I just have to deal with. Okay, well, I can now see my camera. But I'm not on here yet. See, my camera isn't on the screen, which is what I'm confused about. Okay, am I on now? So it's filming. Why does it say preview only? I think I may have figured it out. Well, let me press that broadcast, bang. says preview only. Let me turn off the camera and turn it back on. Ah, okay, there you go. Hopefully I'm on. It should be popping up. There you go. And let me just check the audio is working. Should be popping up. Yeah, okay, all good. So I'm going to send this to everyone in the country. But hello everybody and welcome back to a new podcast. Basically this is going to be all things football. I'm going to do different things each week. Basically a bit of everything, from combined 11s to my predictions maybe. I do that all on TikTok as well, as you may see. But we're going to get into, first of all, the matches that have gone on so far this week. So far, we're going to have a little discussion about, today is Saturday the 3rd of September, so that is the week of Everton, Liverpool, Brentford, Leeds, Chelsea, West Ham, Newcastle, Palace, Forest, Bournemouth, Spurs, Fulham, Wolves, Southampton, and Villa, Man City. Now, as you can see, I am a Liverpool fan, so there will be no bias here. But basically, we are gonna comment on all of the fixtures. So, first of all, we have Everton, Liverpool, finished 0-0. Now, as I've said on my TikTok, I'm happy with the fixture because at some points they could have won, but then again, we had a lot of opportunities, scoring opportunities. I think we hit the post 5 times, I'm pretty sure, overall in the game, which is really frustrating. And then Pickford had a brilliant game. But we are still only a few points off the top of the league, so we just need to find form tomorrow. Basically, we need to get going now. Okay, now Brentford Leeds. I actually saw the second half of this game, and it was quite mental because I actually quite like Leeds, and I actually quite like what Leeds have done for this sort of window and how they've been, but they got battered 5-2 by Brentford. Now, Brentford were just playing very well, I think, if I'm honest. I just think Brentford were the better team, and I think they will be. But, I mean, that's as much to say about... I mean, it's Brentford versus Leeds. Realistically, it's either going to go really one-sided or be a 0-0 draw. Like, they're both not amazing teams. But, then again... Leeds signed a lot of players. Brentford haven't really signed many players. So, good win for Brentford. Now, Chelsea West Ham. There was actually a apparently controversial denial of a goal for West Ham in the 90th minute, I believe. Now, it's finished Chelsea 2, West Ham 1. Now, I saw Cornet scored, but David Moyes has come out and said, I've lost faith in VAR. And he says he's always been a supporter of it, and he's happy with how VAR is run-ish. But, again, VAR can be very dodgy sometimes. So, you know, I mean, it's VAR. Everyone knows what VAR is like. Newcastle Palace was 0-0. I have no comments on that. It's just boring game by the sounds of it. literally no comments on that. Forest versus Bournemouth. Now this was obviously the relegation battle, as they call it. Now that finished 3-2 to Bournemouth. So Bournemouth getting a win after last week being battered by Liverpool 9-0. Actually a very good win for Bournemouth. So pretty good win. Not as Forest struggling a bit, so Bournemouth, so it's quite a good game. Spurs versus Fulham. Now I wanted Fulham to win this just because it's Tottenham. I don't really like Tottenham. But Tottenham won 2-1, unfortunately. Again, not much to say. They were winning 2-0, and then Mitrovic obviously scored. He's their only source of goals, Fulham. Mitrovic. Wolves Southampton was 1-0 to Wolves. Again, I think not much to say. Really, it's just Wolves and Southampton. Southampton could definitely go down. They could definitely go down. They have a big chance. And then the big game, which I'm happy with this result, Villa vs Man City finished 1-1. Now I'm very happy with that because that puts obviously City have got less points in that game. So we are now only 5 points behind City. We are 6 points off Arsenal, but if they win tomorrow, then they will be obviously very far ahead. Because still yet to play is Brighton, who play Leicester, I think, tomorrow, and Arsenal versus Man United. So, should be a good game. Saying that, I'm gonna list the table now from 20th to 1st. This is game week 6, I believe. Overall, it's 6. It's week 5, but we're in a double game week this week, so it's realistically week 6. So bottom 20th is Leicester, 19th Forest, 18th West Ham, 17th Villa, 16th Everton, 15th Palace, 14th Wolves, 13th Bournemouth, 12th Southampton, Newcastle are 11th, 10th Fulham, 9th Leeds, 8th Man United, 7th Brentford, 6th Liverpool, 5th Chelsea, 4th Brighton, 3rd Spurs, 2nd Man City, and 1st is obviously Arsenal. Now this is obviously only 6 games in, so this will change in like next week. It will change next week, I'm sure. But in saying that, I'm going to get into a Arsenal and Man United combined 11 ahead of the game tomorrow. I thought it'd be a nice first podcast sort of thing. So obviously these are all live streams, so if you guys ever want to get involved and I don't know, share some opinions, ask some questions, get along over to the YouTube channel, this channel. I stream live. I'm not sure how often I'm doing it yet. I haven't really thought of a schedule. But I'm going to try and do 1, maybe 2 a week. But it could be difficult with me starting college and other stuff again. But without further ado, I think we get into the combined 11. So, as you see, I'm on FIFA because I'm going to do it on FIFA. I think it's visually the best. Where I probably do it. I could probably show you here and just show you cards and stuff. but I don't think that'd be amazing. So I'm going to change the formation to a 4-3-3-4 because I think that's going to be the best team for if they were both playing together. Now I've actually got my team already. I've made my combined 11. Now what I'm going off is fit. Doesn't have to be fit, and I'm going off this season. So obviously Arsenal is going to predominantly win this, but I will give my opinions on everything and whatever else. So to start off with goalkeeper. Now I'm going to show you the options. So in goalkeeper we have Aaron Ramsdale, or we have David De Gea. Now, in a way, David De Gea is one of the greatest goalkeepers in the world. I mean, back in the day when he was, what was it? What year? I can't think, but there was a couple of years where he was actually counted as the best goalkeeper in the world. He's now probably about 10th, 11th in that list, I would say. But having that said, he's not going in my team because Aaron Ramsdale has been outstanding this season, and I think last season as well. He's exactly what Arsenal needed. Now, he came in from Sheffield United, I think it was, to sort of as a backup keeper for Leno. Now, I think Leno either got injured or suspended or something else, and they played Ramsdale, and he really showed how good he can be, and I think he's probably third, if not fourth best goalie in the Premier League, I think. So, you know, you've got your standard Alisson, Ederson, maybe Mendy, but I think Mendy's a bit overrated as a goalkeeper. And then you got like David De Gea, Jose Sarr, Nick Pope, who's had a good start to this season, but I don't think he's as good of a goalkeeper as Aaron Ramsdale. So, with the goalkeeper picked, I'm going to move on to left back. Now, there's a lot to choose for left back, so I'm going to get as much as I possibly can. So, Telles doesn't play there anymore, so I'm not counting him. So, I'm going to count them two for Man U, and I'm going to count just Tierney for Arsenal. Now, so far this season, actually no, Zinchenko, I forget. Has he not got a card yet? I must not. Okay, Zinchenko will... He must not have an Arsenal card yet. That's interesting. He's currently injured, so Tierney is playing over him, but Tierney's playing quite well. Luke Shaw, I'm just going to get rid of now, because he's just not even... He can't get a game for Man United anymore. So, with that being said, it's Malacia, Tierney, or Zinchenko. Now, I really like Tierney, but I think so far this season, I think out of these three, Zinchenko has probably been the best. Even though he's been injured for, I think, 2 games, I still think Zinchenko would be the best because he can play in the midfield, left back. He can do a lot more than what I think either of these two can. Now, Malacia, actually, I've seen a few Obviously, when Man United beat Liverpool, he was very good. But I also noticed with him, defensively, he's not amazing, but I can see him driving the ball forward, connecting with the team, sort of clearing the ball when needed. So I actually do quite like Malacia. He's an okay left back. But my left back is Zinchenko. So far that's 2 for Arsenal, 0 for Man U. Now, centre backs. So this is where it gets a bit mad. So actually there might not be gold. So it's Gabriel, Ben White. Is Ben White down there yet? Ben White and Saliba. And apparently Tomiyasu is a centre back, but is traditionally a right back. And then Man United have got. Please tell me they have their new players. And they don't. But they have Harry Maguire, Lindelof, Varane, and then, of course, they have. Who does he play for? He plays for Ajax, doesn't he? What's his first name? Lisandro? Yeah, Lisandro Martinez. So, this is as a back 2 in a 4. So, we are going to see who I think would make the back 2. Now, I'm actually struggling still. I've got my lineup, but I'm debating whether or not I change it. So, I'm instantly going to get rid of Lindelof. I'm going to get rid of Slabhead. And I'm going to keep these 5, I think it is, for the centre backs. Now, I'm going to get rid of Varane, solely because he's a very good defender. He did well for Real Madrid, but that could be because he was next to the second best centre back ever in Sergio Ramos, behind Virgil van Dijk, of course. I'd say Ferdinand was better than Ramos, but we'll see. But I'm going to get rid of Varane because I just don't think he's good as his mate here. Now, I'm actually struggling on what to pick because Ben White, right, I'm going to quickly skip a position and put him right back because Tomiyasu has been injured for the majority of the first 5 games. And Ben White has played there, and Arsenal have won every single game they've played so far. So I don't think you can doubt that he is a good defender. But I think he will need to learn how to play in that right back position if they want to carry him on there. But at the moment, he's keeping Tomiyasu out of right back, out of the team. So now we're on for centre backs. Now instantly I'm putting Saliba in. He's had an absolutely brilliant start to the season. I think he scored 1 goal, scored an own goal, so technically 2. But he's still just been phenomenal. I've seen highlights and I actually watched one of the Arsenal games, can't remember which one it was. Was it Fulham? I'm not sure. It was a game, and Saliba was just very good. I watched the game that he scored in. Whatever game that was, I watched that. Now, this centre-back position is hard for me because Martinez has had a good start. Sorry, excuse me. Martinez has had a good start to the season. So has Gabriel. Now, if I was going off, I don't know how to phrase this. If I was going off best defender, I don't know who I'd go with, if I was honest. But I am going to go bold and put Gabriel in. Now, I think Martinez could get in over Gabriel. That would be who I put him in for. But Martinez did let 4 in at Brentford. I think he played there. And I think, how many was it at Brighton? I don't know, but I know it was a lot. So, bearing in mind that, other than that, he's been very good. He was very good against Liverpool, and I'm sure he'll pretty much turn up tomorrow. But looking very heavy on Arsenal so far in the midfield. In the defence, sorry. So I've got a whole back 5 of Arsenal. But we're going to move on to midfield, and this should be where stuff starts to change. Now, midfielders, I don't actually know who both teams have now. Okay, so Odegaard. I need to pick their goal cards if I can though. Please don't bug. Is it bugged? No, I don't think so. Put Xhaka in. Guess Elneny. And then this guy. Now this guy I don't think we've seen play yet. I don't actually think we've seen him play, but he could come in tomorrow for Odegaard. I'm interested to see what he's like because Arsenal fans are also really hyped about how he is, basically what he's like in the, as Odegaard might be injured, I think he'd be a good replacement. I don't know if he's back from injury yet, but I'm sure he'll be a good replacement for Odegaard when he is injured or they want to make a sub. But I've just got rid of him just purely on we haven't seen him, and Elneny doesn't get in either. So Man United midfielders, they have a lot. So they've got Bruno Fernandes, they have got Pogba's not there, Donny van der Beek, they've got Fred, McTominay, who else here do they have? Is that it? That's not it. Oh, they've got Ericsson. Who did he play for? Oh, screw it, I'll just search his name. Oh. Okay, well, I've put that one in. Wow, that's a lot of midfielders. So, now, I'm not actually too sure on what I'm going to do here. I'm going to get rid of Donny van der Beek. I'm going to get rid of McTominay. And from there, I'm actually not sure what I do. Now, first of all, to go in is going to be Christian Eriksen. So the first Man United player has gone in. I am fans Arsenal. Arsenal should win, hopefully. Because, obviously, I'm a Liverpool fan. I don't want Man United winning. But, then again, we need Arsenal to lose at some point because they're top of league, and at the moment, no one can stop them. They are behind and they come back, but I don't know what to say. But I've gone Eriksen as the first Man United player in the combined 11. Now I think Eriksen's a great player, and I even see him for Man United. He actually looks fairly decent. I think they've actually got a pretty good deal in Eriksen. He's a very good player. Obviously, last year with him collapsing or whatever on the ground, he came back, played for Brentford, kept them up basically, and now he's at Man U. So I'm actually interested to see how he does throughout the season. But it's the other two that I cannot choose. Now, I've wanted to say this publicly for a very long time. Odegaard is a better player than Bruno Fernandes, because Bruno is as I would like to say, maybe a one-season wonder. He had one good season for Man United. I think it was the first season he came back. Maybe two. Maybe it was 2 good seasons. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it was 1. He had 1 good season for Man United, and then just steady downcline basically. And Odegaard's gone from here to there. Bruno's gone from like here to there, basically. That's also the team as well, though, in Bruno. But I don't doubt Bruno's a brilliant player, but I think Odegaard is much better. So now it's just the last position. Fred, Xhaka, or Partey. I think they're all quite similar players. Xhaka's obviously, a lot of Arsenal fans are asking for him to be their captain, which I found quite interesting, because at the moment it's Odegaard, but I do see in the All or Nothing that Xhaka's very vocal, so I don't actually know. I think it's out of Xhaka and Fred. Don't get me wrong, I like Thomas Partey and I think he's a good player, but I think it's out of these two. I'm just not sure. Mikel Arteta in before lineup. Oh wow. You interview Mikel Arteta before the lineup. Is that what you're saying? Wow. That's mental. My cousin would be well jealous. He's an Arsenal fan, so my brother's a United fan, so. But I've made a decision. I'm gonna go with Xhaka. I think he doesn't get the respect he deserves. A lot like Jordan Henderson. He's a very good player, but I don't think he gets talked about enough. And yes, he can be rational, and I find it quite funny when he gets a red card, because the tackles that he does are ridiculous. But I think Xhaka's a very good player. And don't get me wrong, Thomas Partey could easily go there, so could Fred. Even Bruno could go there, but I don't think he'd work properly there. So I'm trying to make it sort of work as well. So now the forwards, though, for both teams. So you've got Jesus. Okay, the others must be midfielders. So you've got Martinelli. You've got Saka. And actually, how? So you've got Saka, you've got Martinelli, Jesus, Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe tends to come on the wing, so I know more player injuries, and you must know the lineup that give the win. So I know more players injured, and you must know the lineup that give the win. Right, okay. This is just a combined 11 if everyone's fit and that sort of thing. So I know Odegaard, I think, is injured from what I've heard. Zinchenko as well, and maybe Ramsdale, but I'm not sure on all of that. Now, these are Arsenal's forwards, and Man United's forwards are mental. So you've got Cristiano Ronaldo, Anthony Martial, Marcus Rashford, Jadon Sancho, and that's it. And then Elanga, but Elanga would not get in this team. So, automatically, who am I going to get rid of? Let me have a look. I'm going to get rid of Martial. Now, this alone is mental. This here. As I said at the start, I'm going off this season. Now, obviously, he's the greatest player of all time, in my opinion. He's the best player ever. But he's been shocking this season, so he's being gulagged. Now, it's out of these, 3, 6. Now, I think, off of this season, I'm going to get rid of Smith Rowe, just because I think Martinelli has been better than Smith Rowe, so that would be the versus. Automatically, I'm just going to put Jesus in. I think behind Haaland, maybe Mitrovic, he's probably been the biggest or best striker in the Prem so far. Now, don't get me wrong, Nunes is looking very strong, but I don't think it's enough to warrant himself top striker status yet. Now, it's out of these 4, so I literally need a left wing and a right wing. So it's Saka versus Sancho, and it's Martinelli versus Rashford. Now, Rashford versus Martinelli. What I've seen, I'm going to go with Martinelli. Now, Rashford absolutely turned Liverpool inside out. Don't get me wrong, he played very well against us, but I don't think he's had as good of a start as Arsenal and as Martinelli. So I've gone with Martinelli, I think. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Plus, Rashford's played more of a striker role anyway this season so far, so I'd put him against him, and there's no chance he's getting in again ahead of him. So now it's out of these 2. Now, they've both had a very good start. Now, I think solely off because Sancho has had a very good start to the season, if not maybe a little bit better than Saka. But because of Sancho last season, he just didn't do anything. I mean, neither did Man U, realistically, but basically he's a very good player, and I can see a bit of hope in him, in Man United fans that want him to do well. I mean, he put James Milner on the floor, and then a very tight gap, he put it round Verge. So, even with that being said, I'm going to put Saka in. Now, I like Saka a lot. I would actually have him for Liverpool as a backup for Salah. he's also versatile, so he can play on the left. He can play in the midfield at left back, a bit like James Milner. But Saka's going to go in just because Saka's had a good start. Now, I don't know how many goals he's had so far this season, Saka, but I know Sancho scored 1 or 2. I think it's 2, because he scored 1 against Leicester, the only goal. So now they only beat him 1-0. And then, what's the other one? Against Liverpool. So, basically, also manager isn't even close. It's Mikel Arteta. What he's basically built this team. I can't believe I'm only putting one Man United player in. So I've got Ramsdale, Zinchenko, Saliba, Gabriel, Ben White, Eriksen, Odegaard, Xhaka, Martinelli, Jesus, Saka, and Mikel Arteta. Now that is mental to only put Eriksen in. So I'm missing out on Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, like I said, he's the GOAT, but he hasn't had a good season yet. He doesn't even want to play for Man U, and the team doesn't want him to play for Man U, so he's pretty much at a standstill for a little while. Bruno is not as good as Odegaard, in my opinion. And then the other one is like Fred versus Xhaka, which I just edged Xhaka because of Fred's mistakes that he makes quite a lot. And Fred can't currently get into the Man United midfield. I think it's McTominay, I think. But yeah, that's going to be my combined Arsenal versus Man United 11. Now we've got a comment. It says so if Arsenal win, we can't or the team because 18 Man City 14, Tottenham 14, but I'm not actually sure on what you possibly mean there. But that's gonna be my combined 11 for tomorrow's game at 4:30. Now I should be able to watch most of the game, hopefully. I'm hoping to watch as much as I can. Now that team is actually half decent, and I'm sure it'll be very good on FIFA 23. But I think that's going to conclude episode 1 of Just Football. Now, Just Football is just a name I made up. I'm going to try and do a podcast once a week, maybe two every week. I'm going to just, when I think of something, I might do a podcast. Or I might get some guests on for a certain point in time. Now, actually, what would have been good would have been Arsenal versus Man United. If I got my cousin and my brother in a party maybe, and we went over, and then I would be like, okay, I'll put him in, over him, over him, over him, over him, and then we discuss. They pick their players, they submit them to me, and then I pick who out of the two, and then they try and persuade me either way. I think that would have been better, but no one answered, so maybe I try and do a podcast. I'm not sure, maybe after the game, maybe Monday or Tuesday, but I could do a podcast ahead of Liverpool versus Napoli in the Champions League. Champions League starts next week. Europa League also starts, and I'm not sure on Conference League. But without further ado, that is going to be the end to the first episode of Just Football. So if you did go on to enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe. And we will see you legends in the next one. Bye bye.